You may or may not have seen, but I've just come off a road trip from Europe. We went round in a couple of two-seater convertibles, which was great for the driving experience, but we've realised actually in comfort, not the best. So we're planning another road trip for the future, again, round Europe. We're based in England, so it's kind of the easiest place to go. But for the time being, I've actually got BMW 1 Series as my daily car now. It looks very nice from this side, but it had a bump a couple of months back. Again, coming back from another road trip, as you do. And so actually the other side is crash damaged, which basically means it's not worth a lot. So I thought for the time being, and I've been watching lots and lots of videos from my dad, and on my own to be fair, of people doing car conversions. Now I've slept in this and we went round Devon and Cornwall in it, and it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't really up to full campus spec. So we didn't have anything in the windows. I basically just, did that essentially. And I basically just slept there, like, it's fine, but it just meant that it wasn't really planned out properly. So, what? It's looking at me. I
can't see what I'm looking at.
Which was fine and all, but I thought this time, I've got a couple of trips I'm doing, one up in Scotland and one down in London for a business trip. So I'm thinking I can do a stealth camper rather than paying the extortionate hotel prices for my main income, which is fitness coaching. So, plan of action. Windows first is kind of what we're thinking. Now, it's just going to be myself for this one. So what I'm thinking is this. I'm going to have this seat up like this, which gives me area here to get changed, etc. Also gives me storage down there, and behind this seat is my storage space, if you like. So if I was to do any longer trips, I've got actually a port in here somewhere which I can plug into. I don't actually know where it is. In there. You can't see it. Where is it? In there, which is my USB port. So I could put a fridge there or battery pack, etc. But then it also means that more storage behind passenger seat, etc. So first plan of action for this is to get the windows done. So my dad has a motorhome, and he has used some underfloor heating, basically, not underfloor heating, underfloor insulation for his windows, which has worked quite well. So I've cut some templates. Well, I haven't, to be honest, my dad has. Cut some templates out for these windows. For the back, that's the wrong side, that way, like that, which will obviously fit on the inside, and one for the main window there. And then we're going to do a sensor for the big back window as well, and then do a curtain across behind the seats. So I'm going to go and cut these now, and I'll come back with a finished project. Got template, going to draw around this now on the foil side, trying not to move the outside obviously. So that is now on there like that, and then I'm going to cut that out. Probably going to speed this bit up to be fair so you don't get bored. It feels a horrible thing to cut through. Might be easier to cut this from the other side. Is it easier to cut from the other side?
Well, you can't see your line then, can you?
Oh shit. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. It feels like you're breaking something every time you cut this.
That's straight through.
What?
As if you're going in straight. Don't try and go around the corner.
Oh shit. Why?
Because that tends to snap it. Cut that up now.
So I'm just getting instructions of how to do this now. And don't...
Start again.
What? Just speak as it's going. What?
It's just when you're going around a corner, you don't take a bit of weight off it.
Oh, it snaps it. You could probably reinforce these a bit more than what we're doing. If they do become a little bit broken, we'll probably just tape up on the foil side, to be fair. So I can't tell you where we got this from because it's been sat in the house for ages, but you can probably get some from B&Q or somewhere. We've chosen this one because you'll find that a lot of them are green or weird colours on the other side. This one's like foil and then obviously just grey, which actually I'll show you. I'm going to put these in the vehicle now, and I'll show you from inside and outside what it looks like. Yeah, cool. So both cut out now. Obviously just did the same for that one. So these should, in theory, given I haven't done this wrong, should just push in to here. So slide them in the bottom. So after much deliberation, I've realised that the foil doesn't go on the outside. And that's exactly what I just said. The foil goes on the inside, and they just literally slide in the bottom. You can push them down a bit if you want, and then they should just push in the top there like that. Give them a bit of a push around the edges, That one is pretty firmly in. There's a little bit of gappage around it, which probably could be better, but to be honest, as long as it's covering the majority of it, that's kind of what we're looking for. It is starting to rain now, but that is a-okay. That one probably wants trimming, but I'm just going to get in while it is raining and show you what it looks like from the inside now with the light on. So I have not done the back window yet, but this side is done. So obviously you can't see through there. I'll show you from the outside in a second as well. That's obviously just the gap through there, but when you actually look at it, I'm going to trim a bit off that one, I think, because it doesn't quite fit. And on the other side, exact same. So for future, if I keep this for a little while, it might be a case that I paint them or do something with the inside of them, or might even get boards to go in there. But for the time being, for this weekend, they're going to be okay. So I'm going to do the back one, and I'm going to trim a bit off this one here now, and then it'll give us a good idea of everything. This is, to be fair, that is light on, so it's pretty bright in here, and they're just the standard lights in the middle. But I'll show you what it looks like from the outside now. Looking from the outside, if I just shut this a second, I don't think it's tracking my face. Let's try and get this now. So obviously you can't see through there. Even if I flip the camera and put it up close, you can slightly see the ripples through there, but you're talking from anywhere further than that, you have got no idea there and there. And same on, like, obviously the back isn't too bad, to be fair, but you can tell as soon as there's a light on in there, anything that's not dark, you can see. This privacy glass is pretty good for general day-to-day use, and obviously this side you can't see anything through, even if you zoom in. You can see it, but as I said, at a glance from there, you're not going to be able to see. And obviously that there we're going to sort out in a second as well. Cool, so done the blinds, we've just taken them out, obviously, so you guys can see me. And then we got a blackout blind, and then basically just cut it to size. Now, originally I thought I was going to be able to hang it off the handles, but I realised that was like too far forwards. So what we did before we did that, so it was this colour. We've then dyed it. We haven't dyed it properly. It hasn't really come out as dark as what we wanted, but it's better than white. So essentially, we've just gone string straight through the middle, a carabiner on both ends, and then we've got some hooks off Amazon, I think they were. They're basically just self-adhesive onto there. Now, love to be able to just hook it on there, but we've realised the gap is a bit too big. Hence why we're going for carabiners. So actually they will attach through there to the main hook bit. And there's not a huge amount of pressure on there, but it's enough to keep it up and out of the way. And then we also realised that these kind of fold in sometimes. So you end up with, like, look on this side, kind of a gap through the middle. So what we've done is we've hooked that onto the back of the seat belt. And same on this side, towards the top. Hook that on there, which is the usual clothing peg, and then it just blocks that light. And then we've got a clip that goes here in the middle as well. Cool. And then obviously bed was the next thing. Now, I have slept in here before, where you just drop the seats down, put some foam down, and it's not too bad. But I wanted that seat there so that I could still sit in it and do stuff in it, because obviously it's not tall enough unless you've got that extra distance, thickness of the seat basically. So I want to leave that one up, which then means that I need to lie flatter rather than like curled up. So we've got some ply, put some carpet on it. This actually come out of my dad's old van, and then basically cut it to size, put some foam around the edges, basically just to protect the seats more than anything else. Don't necessarily need that, but I'd probably suggest it on this side, especially when you're getting in and out, splinters and all the rest of it on the sides. And then, so that's kind of in travel mode, if you like. And then what you'll do is, once you get there, is, well, I'd probably do it from inside, but you push that forwards all the way until it gets about there. So that is basically just going to pull forwards and rest on this armrest here. And then obviously when you pull it forwards, and supports it, takes the weight of it. That side's free, but actually it doesn't, it will tip now, but it won't tip when you're on it, because most of your body weight's up this end. And obviously once you got foam on it as well, it does make a big difference. And then we've basically got 2 pieces of foam to size. This was like a fold-up sofa bed basically, previously, which we used to use for camping. Obviously it was a very small double, so it didn't really fit size-wise, so we cut it down. I haven't bothered sewing it, but basically just clipped it all together underneath. And then travel mode. So once it's in, this is basically what it looked like in travel mode. So you've got obviously still got storage there, storage down the front. You can move the front seat far back as you need. And then once you've got somewhere, you'd essentially then just lift this up, pull this bit forwards. And the horrible squeaking noise. It doesn't always squeak there. To there, and then you pull that bit forwards and put that on top of there. You have to lift up the front, tuck down the back, and then it should kind of push down into place. There. So that then just allows you that extra bit of room basically, and makes for quite a comfortable single bed. So obviously on a night time, what you do is you get in your back door and no one's really going to know what's going on. It doesn't look like you're clambering in your boot or anything like that. And then, which is ideal because you can sit here quite comfortably. If you want to have tea, whatever, in this position. And then all you do is you've got obviously space to change here as well. But then once you change, what I do, shuffle your way up onto the bed. I basically just swing my legs around, and that allows you to kind of get into bed without having to open the back door or anything like that. And it makes it quite easy to move around in. And then obviously in the morning you just do the same on the way out, and then it gives you that space to get changed and whatnot while you're actually still in the vehicle, and sit quite comfortably. So obviously in the morning you just do the exact same, shuffle yourself around, bring yourself down onto your seat to there, and then you can sit there quite comfortably, put your shoes on, whatever, have your breakfast. And then in the morning, what you probably do before you get out, because you can do it quite easily from inside, just lift this bit of foam up, push that back to the back of the vehicle, lift this bit of foam up, and then slide that back underneath from there. And then you can move the front seat back to driving position and carry on your day. Grab whatever you need from out the footwell as well, put your shoes on, get out. So very much stealth camping, very easy to put together if you want to do it in your car. I'd probably recommend anything like 1 Series Golf A3 size. I think you might struggle a bit more if it was anything smaller, but could be doable. It all depends how far your front seat actually goes forwards, because mine hits the roof, so it doesn't go any more than that. But I know in other cars they do fold a lot more forwards all the way down to like the dash. So very much car dependent, but nice and simple if you can get it fitted. Cool. Just wanted to mention as well, if you haven't got foam, we have found them on Amazon again. I think you can get like a single foam futon, which are about 2 foot by just less than 6 foot, so that'd be ideal. Fitting in nice and easily. I think they're about 40 quid, but you'd save that on like one night in a hotel, so well worth it. And then obviously you've got no shower or anything in here, but that's to be expected when you car camping. Go to a gym, nice local gym, Pure Gyms, nice and easy. Get a day pass, use the showers there, do a workout if you want to, and you save yourself a lot more money, because if you're driving anywhere anyway, you still got to pay for parking at the end of the day, so you might as well use it for the night. So if you found that build video useful and you're thinking of giving it a go yourself, hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to be doing first night away in it, see if it actually works.